Good morning and happy Tuesday. My name is Chris Hempfling. I'm the Deputy Director and General Counsel for DFACS. Tom's away this week on vacation, but he knows how important these videos are and he asked me to step in today to make sure we continue to have the Tuesday talks. Something I want to talk about today is an organization called Adventure Bags, and more specifically, the person that founded that organization, Debbie Gorey. We were recently informed that Debbie lost her battle to cancer. But something I want to highlight is in the last 7 years, Debbie has donated through the contributions from many other people over 31,000 book bags to the children that we have in foster care. This is an amazing contribution, and it's not without Debbie's hard work, passion, and dedication to making sure that the children that are coming in foster care have that a little less uncertainty when they come in, knowing that they're surrounded by love and people that care for them, because Debbie helped epitomize that. I never had the opportunity of meeting Debbie, but from what I've heard, she was an amazing woman, and more importantly, Debbie's legacy will be continued. Just because Debbie has passed does not mean Adventure Bags is going to stop. One of Debbie's requests was that Adventure Bags continues to grow. When Debbie passed, Adventure Bags was in place in 132 counties throughout Georgia, and her goal was that Adventure Bags would be in place within all 159, and we're making that promise to Debbie that we're going to continue her legacy. The other thing that Adventure Bags and Debbie reminds me of is that DFACS is just one element of the child welfare system as a whole. And we need to continue to remind ourselves that there are a number of individuals and agencies that all work towards the protection of our children to make sure that they have a safe, loving home. And we need to remember that at the agency, that when we are working towards the betterment of Georgia's children and families, we're not doing that alone, and we're making sure that we're utilizing all available resources. That way we can truly build a stronger Georgia for everybody involved. So thank you, Debbie, and our thoughts and our prayers are with all of her family and friends during this time. Next, I want to turn our attention to something that we've been dealing a lot with within my office, is the American for Disabilities Act, or the ADA, as what it's often described as. This is an important piece of federal legislation, and the reason for this piece of legislation is it says that no qualified individual shall ever be discriminated upon based upon one of their disabilities. So as an agency, what we think about this is we need to make sure that we're identifying individuals with disabilities and then determining whether there's an appropriate modification that can be provided to them. That way they can still receive the services that they're entitled to. So if you have questions about the American for Disabilities Act, please don't hesitate to reach out to your supervisor or reach out to somebody in our office at the General Counsel's office, and we're happy to educate you on the American for Disabilities Act and how to make sure that those customers that may have a disability are receiving the appropriate services to be able to give them the services that they're qualified for. Next are just a couple of housekeeping issues. We have the NICWE Workforce Excellence Survey that is currently out within the agency. I'm reminding everybody to make sure that you complete that survey. It's extremely important to make sure that as an agency, we're able to identify our strengths and some of our challenges. That way we can improve the system as a whole. Lastly is the yearly mandatory trainings. Make sure you're completing those timely, because there's more that are going to roll out each month, and as you stay on top of those, you'll be better prepared when the next set of trainings roll out. I really want to thank everybody for the extremely hard work that they do. We cannot do this important work without your support. You all out in the field are the heroes for DFACS, and we can't thank you enough. Tom's going to be back next week with his normal humor and energy, so I hope you all have a good week, and thank you very much for the work that you do.